If they were giving out awards for procrastination and avoidance of admin tasks, I would win hands down out of pretty much anybody I know. Whether it's chasing people up, responding to emails, checking my messages, or just basically doing those admin things that just back up and just annoy the hell out of you, that is where I really, really struggle. That was until I did what I'm about to tell you today in this episode, which has totally transformed. It's super simple. It requires no advanced techniques or apps or technology. It's a very simple technique that will help you as a business owner be far more productive, especially if you're like me and you've either got ADHD or you just struggle with getting that annoying admin stuff done. So the question is this: how do entrepreneurs like us who don't have an endless supply of cash, how do we leverage the best apps, virtual assistants, automation tools and systems to scale our businesses, increase our profits and have more time to do what we love to do each day? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name's Dr. Steve Day and this is Systemize Your Success. Okay, so today I want to share a really simple framework that has totally transformed the way I approach admin, the way I am held accountable for doing it, and how I involve my team in that process to actually make it happen. I am brilliant at avoiding the stuff that most people find easy to do. I don't check my emails, I don't pay bills, I don't do my admin tasks, I just let them back up. Well, that's how it used to be. However, a few years ago, I started working with virtual assistants. And a few years later, I started to get them to check my messages for me. This then created a bunch of tasks for me to review with my team member. In the beginning, I did this asynchronously. So they would go and check my inboxes. They would stick stuff into my task management app, and then I would look at it. The problem was I didn't. I ignored it, just like I ignored my inboxes in the first place. This used to frustrate the hell out of my staff and also mean I wasn't actually getting anything more done, but I was paying someone to basically be the piggy in the middle between me and not doing my work. That had to change. And what I did was simple, but it has transformed the amount of stuff I actually get done. What I did was to have a 15-minute meeting every single day with my staff member who deals with my comms, because comms, as in like emails, messages, DMs, whatever, that's where the majority of the incoming requests and work come from. And I sit with that person and they've already filtered through all the noise, got rid of the spam, unsubscribe from stuff that's obvious, file things that we've already seen before. But then in that meeting is a list of action items that I need to either be involved with the decision making or actually reply to personally or maybe do something. And in that 15 minutes, I don't just go through and sort of say, yeah, I'll deal with that later. I actually do the work there and then. I found that 15 minutes a day is enough for me on average to get through most stuff. I don't get through everything every day. Some days there's far less to do, so I catch up a little bit. And then now and again, I might sit down with them and do a little bit of a longer session just to clear the backlog. The key here for me is having somebody in the inverted commas room with me. I do this on Zoom with my virtual assistant who's based in the Philippines. And I sit with them and they basically watch me do this. They also help out. So I can actually dictate a message to them, and I use an app sometimes called Typeless, or you can just I just dictate it to her and say what I wanted to say. She goes away and does something while I'm doing something else. So it can be quite a productive time in that she's not just watching me do some work, she's actually part of the solution. So she might be filing something for me that I've actually responded to, or she may be sending an email like I just said, or sending a message, or chasing up, or finding something for me, or finding a template while I go and do something else. But that 15 minutes of collaborative working, of focused time on getting admin done, of checking or going through and replying to my inbox, not actually checking my inbox because that's already done. But that 15 minutes of highly focused, productive admin has been game changing. It means I no longer feel this ever increasing amount of stress from things just building up and building up. My task list getting longer and longer. I'm doing a small chipping away every single day in a really focused, controlled way. And the key is, especially because I've got ADHD, I don't get distracted because I've got somebody else in the room who's pulling me back in all the time. So if I go off on a mad tangent, I empower that person to say, hey, Steve, let's focus on the thing we were meant to be doing and not, redesigning your entire course system because you had an idea halfway through this conversation. I need to be pulled back in. That's the way my brain works. So if I'm pulled back in, if I've got somebody there to keep me accountable, somebody who's actually forcing me to basically focus on what I'm meant to be doing, I can be highly productive. And this is how I do it. So If you're interested in learning more about what we call the unified inbox management system, that includes getting somebody else to check all of your emails and messages and DMs for you, whether or not you use AI to augment that, we still have a human involved in that process to be able to actually then take things to the next stage, to action things, to file things, to actually then pass things over to me and then get involved in the loop for, say, chasing up stuff. And all of that plus our 15-minute meeting where we actually go through and action the stuff that needs to be done is what I call our unified inbox management system. If you're interested in learning more about that, head over to sys.academy, sys.academy/guides. On there, you'll find more information about the unified inbox management framework so you can actually get started and using this in your business today. If you've liked this episode, please do hit subscribe so you don't miss future episodes where we share cool stuff on how to make yourself more productive and live with more presence, purpose, and peace. Until next time, thank you very much for listening in, and I'll see you soon.